Hello darlings, you're welcome to Z-Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama recaps. Let's dive deep into the heartbreaks, revenge, and shocking turns in Jhanak's upcoming episodes that will leave you breathless. Arshi finally takes her revenge on Anirudh and Jhanak. Siddharth finally shows his true colors and walks away. Jhanak makes a painful decision to leave Anirudh forever, and Apu's final goodbye brings tears to every eye. Every moment is packed with raw emotion, betrayal, and fate's cruel turns. Please like and turn on your notifications to stay updated with your favorites. Let's dive in. It all begins with Arshi walking in on Anirudh and Jhanak in a tense, intimate position, with Anirudh holding Jhanak close, a kiss lingering in the air. The silence between them says more than words ever could. Arshi holds back her emotions, keeps her composure, and wishes them well. She even congratulates them when Anirudh mentions their wedding date, though her voice quietly reveals the storm of pain raging silently inside her. Elsewhere, Kajal helps Apu get ready for her performance, even though Apu isn't feeling well. Despite Kajal's worry, Apu insists on singing to keep her promise and support her family. She playfully teases Kajal about her feelings for Lalan, urging her to accept him before it's too late. Beneath their laughter hides something deeper: Apu's fear of dying and her wish to see Kajal happy and settled. Later, when the family returns from the temple, Apu refuses to rest and insists on going to her program. Kajal reluctantly agrees to go with her, but tension fills the air as she and Lalan cross paths, both hiding feelings they can no longer ignore, while Apu tries to bring them closer one last time. Meanwhile, Vinayak questions Shrishti about Arshi, who is now staying with Siddharth. Back home, Bablu and Bapasha gossip about Arshi's visit, while Tanuja pressures everyone to finalize Jhanak and Anirudh's wedding soon, saying it's improper for an unmarried girl to stay in their house. At home, Mrinalini asks Tanuja if she wants to see the wedding outfits, but Tanuja says she'll look later. The family talks about Arshi, and Anirudh says he only wants her to be happy, just as he's happy with Jhanak. He also reminds Bapasha that her past actions hurt Jhanak. Lail then speaks up and says he no longer wants any relationship with Bapasha, shocking everyone. He apologizes to his parents and Jhanak for his mistakes, and says Anirudh and Janak's marriage will bring peace to the house. Jhanak asks him to forgive Bapasha, but Lail refuses. The family starts preparing for the Ashervad ceremony. Anirudh takes responsibility for all the wedding expenses and says Jhanak is his true desire. Jhanak, however, reminds everyone she's not greedy and would never have returned if Arshi hadn't left willingly. Meanwhile, Shrishti and Vinayak argue about Arshi's choices. Vinayak is shocked to learn Arshi wants a divorce and blames Shrishti for ruining her life. Later, Apu and Lalan perform at a program and receive huge applause. But soon after, Apu feels dizzy and faints. Everyone panics, and Lalan gets upset that she didn't take care of herself. When Apu wakes up, she tries to calm everyone but talks sadly about her health, leaving the family worried. Bablu comforts Apu, telling her she'll live a long life and asking her not to talk about death again. Apu says she doesn't want to die, but she feels something strange, like her time is near. Lalan gets upset and warns her to stop thinking that way. The next day, Mimi helps Jhanak get ready for the Ashervad ceremony. She tells Jhanak that her dream is finally coming true. But Jhanak quietly says it was never her dream to marry Anirudh or break anyone's family. Mimi insists that loving someone isn't a crime. Jhanak admits she wouldn't have agreed to the marriage if she didn't truly love Anirudh. Mimi smiles and says Anirudh loves her deeply too. Elsewhere, Siddharth takes care of Arshi, serving her juice and breakfast. Arshi gets a call from Bapasha, who tells her about Anirudh and Janak's Ashervad ceremony. Bapasha stirs up Arshi's pain, telling her not to forgive them and to show Anirudh that she can be happy without him. Though Arshi agrees bitterly, she admits to Bapasha that Siddharth has been kind and caring, more than anyone else. After hanging up, Bapasha feels guilty for provoking her. Back at the Beau's house, Jhanak tells Mimi she's glad Shabunkar is beginning to tolerate her and hopes to win his heart someday. Mimi warns her she might lose others in trying to win everyone over, but Jhanak believes people can change. Mimi teases Jhanak for looking extra beautiful and goes to bring Anirudh to see her. Anirudh enters shyly, pretending to be looking for Chotan, but Mimi catches on and leaves them alone. Jhanak tells Anirudh to go, but he admits how powerful he feels when he's with her. Their love fills the air with quiet emotion. Mimi returns, teasing them playfully before Anirudh slips away. Later, during the Ashervad ceremony, Amitabh blesses the couple and gives them a gift, leaving Jhanak emotional. Bablu then asks Arundhati to bless them too, but she refuses, saying her husband's blessing is enough. Anirudh calmly says it's fine if she doesn't want to bless them from her heart. Still, Jhanak insists it's her duty to take Arundhati's blessings. Apu stands up for Jhanak, asking why Arundhati can't bless her, but Arundhati tells her to rest. Apu insists she's fine now. Mrinalini then calls Bablu and Anjana to bless the couple, and they do so warmly. When it's Shubhankar's turn, he refuses, saying he doesn't accept Jhanak as his daughter-in-law. Mimi argues, and Rimi scolds her, causing tension. Anirudh tells Rimi to leave if she can't respect Jhanak, and Chotan steps in, asking everyone to stay calm. Chotan and Mrinalini then bless Jhanak and Anirudh together. Lail tells Jhanak to forget the past and stay happy with Anirudh. When Bablu asks Bipasha to join Lail, he stops her, clearly stating he no longer has any relationship with her anymore. Bipasha reminds him they are still legally married, but Lail insists they'll be divorced soon. He refuses to let her bless Jhanak, saying she's lost that right. The family tries to calm him down, but Lail stands firm while Bipasha breaks down in tears. Elsewhere, Arshi looks at the photos of Anirudh and Jhanak that Bipasha sent her. Siddharth notices her reaction and says it's clear she still hasn't moved on. Arshi insists she only loves Siddharth now and decides to divorce Anirudh to prove she's happy without him. Siddharth supports her and promises to always stay by her side. At the Ashervad ceremony, Anuradha gives Jhanak and Anirudh a small gift and her blessings. Apu blesses them too but feels weak, so Anirudh asks her to rest. The family then enjoys a photo session together. Meanwhile, Siddharth returns with drinks for Arshi. She makes him promise never to leave her, and he agrees, encouraging her to take revenge on Anirudh. Back at the Beau's house, Arundhati suddenly screams in pain from her leg. Bablu and Anjana rush to help, but Arundhati blames Jhanak, calling it her curse. Tanuja sides with her, while Bablu defends Jhanak. Bipasha adds fuel, saying Jhanak only went to the hospital to be with Anirudh. Anjana scolds Bipasha for her harsh words. Later, Siddharth and Arshi are about to share a moment when the doorbell rings. It's Vinayak, who comes to discuss Arshi's situation. He questions her about living with Siddharth while still married to Anirudh. Just then, Shrishti arrives, and tension rises as Vinayak confronts them both about Arshi's choices. At home, Apu feels unwell and says her head hurts. She tells everyone she feels like she's going to die, which worries Lalan and Kajal. They try to calm her down, but Apu feels everyone is scolding her. Soon, the nurse arrives to call her in to see the doctor, but Apu refuses, saying she's tired of waiting. Anirudh convinces her to go inside. At the hospital, the doctor checks Apu and suggests running some tests. Apu says she doesn't want injections and just wants to attend Anirudh's wedding. The doctor insists the tests are important, and Apu finally agrees. Before leaving, Apu gives the doctor chocolates and sings a song, making everyone smile. Meanwhile, Vinayak visits Arshi to talk about her divorce. Shrishti defends Arshi's decision and says Siddharth will be their new son-in-law. Vinayak questions how Arshi can stay with Siddharth while still married to Anirudh and blames Shrishti for influencing her. Arshi insists it was her own choice. After Vinayak leaves, Arshi feels confused, but Shrishti tells her she's doing the right thing by choosing her freedom. Later, Anirudh and Jhanak return home and find Arundhati in pain. Jhanak offers to help by giving her an oil massage, but Arundhati refuses at first. Bipasha accuses Jhanak of bringing hot oil on purpose, but Jhanak ignores her and continues. After the massage, Arundhati starts feeling better and admits Jhanak has a good heart. Mrinalini and Bablu ask Arundhati to bless Jhanak and attend the wedding. Touched by Janak's kindness, Arundhati finally agrees. Jhanak becomes emotional and happy to finally earn her blessings. Later, Anirudh calls Arshi. Hesitant, Arshi tells Siddharth, and he encourages her to answer. Anirudh reminds her that their divorce is tomorrow. Arshi says she knows and tells him not to worry. She's moved on with Siddharth and won't stand in his way. After the call, she tells Siddharth that their wedding will be bigger than Anirudh and Janak's, and that Anirudh will soon realize what he's lost. Meanwhile, Anirudh tells Jhanak about the divorce and promises it will be done quickly, so their wedding can continue. Jhanak is nervous, but he comforts her, saying their big day is finally here. Elsewhere, Lalan and Kajal talk about Apu's health and make peace after a small misunderstanding. The next morning, Janak's haldi ceremony begins with laughter and dance. But while the family celebrates, Anirudh keeps trying to reach Arshi. Siddharth stops her from answering and lies to Anirudh, saying that Arshi is sick and can't come to court. Anirudh grows restless, while others start to sense trouble. Later, he tells Jhanak that the divorce may be delayed by 2 days. Jhanak is shocked but stays quiet. As she gets ready as a bride, everyone admires her beauty, unaware that a storm is coming. Later, Mimi proudly shows Anirudh how beautiful Jhanak looks. She demands payment for helping Jhanak get ready, and Anirudh playfully gives her some money. After a bit of teasing, Mimi leaves while Anirudh can't stop admiring Janak's beauty. Mimi and Apu then send him out, and Jhanak blushes softly. Meanwhile, the priest asks for the bride and groom to be brought in. Apu tries to look cheerful but is clearly unwell. Kajal worries about her health, while Lalan insists she cover herself with a shawl. But Apu refuses, not wanting to hide her sorry. Despite her weakness, she smiles through the pain. Lail arrives and tells everyone he no longer wants to be connected with Bipasha. His words break Bipasha's heart. Apu reminds Bipasha that she's paying for how she treated Jhanak. Lail refuses to listen to anyone, saying Bipasha made him a worse person. Elsewhere, Jhanak warns Anirudh that marrying before his divorce is finalized could bring trouble. But Anirudh assures her it's only for 2 days, and once the divorce is done, everything will be legal. Jhanak, still uneasy, says she has nothing to lose, but Anirudh could lose everything. Mimi interrupts, saying the priest is waiting. At the same time, Arshi talks with Siddharth, pretending to stay calm but secretly plotting. Soon after, she arrives at the wedding venue with the police. Everyone is shocked. Mrinalini realizes Arshi hasn't changed after all. Anirudh and Jhanak come face to face with Arshi, who accuses them before the police, saying her husband is marrying the maid. Jhanak tries to explain that no marriage has taken place yet, but Arshi demands justice. The inspector asks for proof, and Jhanak boldly replies that the law requires evidence. The tension rises as the ceremony turns into chaos. Chotan asks Arshi if she came for money, which offends her. Mrinalini then tells the police that Arshi is living with Siddharth and had already agreed to a divorce but lied about being sick to avoid court. She even shows the petition papers. Cornered, Arshi admits she signed them, but now claims she's changed her mind. She declares she will never divorce Anirudh and vows to stop his marriage with Jhanak. Anirudh realizes Arshi planned everything. He tells her that no matter what she does, she can't come between him and Jhanak. Jhanak calmly tells the police she only dressed up but never married Anirudh. When Shubhankar accuses her of lying, she boldly asks if he can prove it in court. The police say there's no proof of marriage, so they can't arrest anyone. Furious, Arshi storms off, promising never to set Anirudh free. Anjana and Lalan question Arshi's morals, while Apu curses her for ruining everything. Arshi stands her ground, saying she'll do whatever she wants. But Jhanak, heartbroken and humiliated, decides she can't bear any more pain. Quietly, she leaves the house, determined to start over. At the bus stand, she spots a woman, the same one who once stole Anirudh's baby. Fate brings them face to face again. Jhanak stops her and demands answers, threatening to go to the police. Meanwhile, Arshi tries calling Siddharth, but he ignores her. He's seen enjoying time with another woman, calling her baby, and showing his true colors. Arshi later rushes to his house, only to be stopped by his servant, who cruelly tells her Siddharth left for the airport, and that she's been banned from entering. Arshi stands outside, shattered, finally realizing she's been used. Back at the beau's house, everyone feels guilty for what happened. Mimi and Chot unpity Jhanak, while Apu insists they must find her. Anirudh regrets not listening to Janak's warnings and fears he's lost her for good. At the bus stop, Jhanak confronts the woman again, demanding to know where her husband is and what happened to the baby. The woman nervously confesses her husband left her for someone else. Jhanak tells her their meeting isn't by chance. It's destiny, bringing truth back to light once again. That's a wrap, fams. See you in the next. Much love.